to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. Before we begin, I just want to remind everyone to subscribe if you are new here. For my celebration of the 1-year anniversary of my channel on February 14th, I decided to do a part 2 of my first video. So I'm going to present you with more random facts about myself. I will go ahead and link the first video in the eye and the description box down below. I'm a huge space nerd. I love anything that has to do with the cosmos. I just love the infinite and just how much information has not been discovered yet, and just all the possibilities. I watch documentaries, I watch YouTube videos, I try to keep up with some of the stories that's happening. I'm a Potterhead and Whovian. I was sorted into Ravenclaw on Pottermore, but I actually feel like a Gryffindor. I feel like I relate to them more than I do Ravenclaw. So I kind of have like conflicted feelings about the house I was sorted into. Anybody else have that? Like, I was like, this is kind of weird, I guess, but okay, I still feel like a Gryffindor either way. And I still have all the feels from the Doctor and Rose. I haven't watched the new seasons yet. I am a grammar Nazi. I notice a lot of things that other people don't. It bothers me so much when something used incorrectly or spelled wrong. That just comes from my mom teaching me to proofread at a very young age, because she did work at a print shop. I love the sauerkraut. I know that it's an acquired taste for most people, but I can have it all day, any day, like by itself as a side, or on bratwurst, or on schnitzel, or really with anything. I'm not athletic whatsoever. I do not have an athletic bone in my body. I love swimming though. Like, I don't really like to do anything else, but I love swimming. Growing up, I would never be inside. I would always be outside during my summer break in the pool in my dad's yard. I seriously wish that they had a swim team when I was in high school, but we didn't have a pool at our school, so therefore no. Speaking of sports, I do not like to watch it. I find them very boring, but I did try volleyball in middle school just because I never tried a sport before and I just wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I hated it. I lasted 3 weeks. That's it. We had one game. I was put in the back and it was just terrible. They made me run all the time and do like laps up and down the stairs, and it was just awful. It wasn't for me. The only sports that I actually do like to watch are soccer or football to the rest of the world. Go Bayern Munich! Gymnastics and men's volleyball are also okay to watch. I've not grown since middle school. I have stayed the same height since then, and it's 4'11.5", so I'm not even 5 feet. I'm technically 1.5 inches away from the technical height of a dwarf. I always have issues reaching for stuff like on high shelves, or I have like a lot of problems finding pants that aren't long. Like, mostly all of the pants that fit my waist and everything, they're way too long. So I usually just cuff them and call it a day. I love horror movies. It started out when I was 5, and my very first horror movie that I saw was A Nightmare on Elm Street. I hid behind my couch and kind of, like poked my head out to see what was going on, and ever since then, I've just been. If I could travel cheap or for free, I would never be home. I just like to learn about new cultures. I like to discover different places, just new foods. I love trying new foods, and I just love history in general. It's actually on my bucket list to travel more, so hopefully I get to do that in the future. Usually depends depends on my mood, but I am mostly introverted. I get really nervous when I have to meet new people. There are some days when I can be super social and I'll just talk with everybody and joke around and everything is great. Other days I just want to keep to myself and really not talk to anyone. I also value my alone time, and it does help me to recharge. I often find myself really tired or drained after I socialize for a long time. My dream job when I was a kid was to be a veterinarian. I love animals. Now that I'm an adult, I honestly don't think that I could handle putting one down because I would probably cry and it would just make things worse. And so I don't think that I would be very good at it. One thing I really want to do is to volunteer at the Humane Society. In the past, I have considered being a photographer or going into interior design, but ultimately I think that I want to do cosmetology because I have been dyeing my own hair since I was 14, and I just think that I have a natural knack for it. So I am really wanting to go to cosmetology school for it. One of my hidden talents is actually singing. I love to sing in the car, in the shower. Sometimes I surprise my boss and my coworkers. One time I did the chorus to Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You, her version of that, and my boss was taken aback and she was like, "Is that you?" She's like, "I didn't know that that could come from such a small body." It was great. Just the look on her face was priceless. I love music and it has always been a part of me. Very good sense of smell. I always joke that I have a nose like a dog. I can smell things before other people can, and it drives me crazy though, like when our garbage starts to get smelly, or like when I just smell something gross like outside. I just can't do it. I can't deal with it. Wimp when it comes to spicy food, which is ironic since I am going to be marrying a Mexican who uses spices and peppers and such all the time. Also don't like sour stuff. That candy, like no sour candy, nothing like that, no sour drinks. No, don't like it. Love lemonade though. Lemonade I can deal with, like the tart is fine. Lastly, I am an empath. So I cry when everybody else cries, and I think I got it from my mom as well, because when we get together, both of us, and there's something emotional, whew, that is it. We are reaching for the Kleenexes. I get emotional from music and movies, especially if like there's an animal involved in the movie. Like when Will Smith had to kill the dog from I Am Legend. That was so sad. I did shed a tear. In the past, I have been labeled as sensitive, I guess, but I don't know. I don't think that you should ever have to hide your feelings. I feel that it's better to let them out and let them be known rather than try to hold them in. This is just like a gift and a curse. So those were more random facts about me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys later.